Man, it seems like more than a year ago, Texas and David Ash ready to take on Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Their co-offensive coordinator and play caller Bryan Harsin joins us in studio. And Coach, you take a look at that. It seems like a long time ago with David Ash. Yeah. How much better is he in a year?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. We talked about that game today with the team, and you know, we felt like we played really hard in that game. We just had to execute better, and I think from the quarterback position especially, when we go back and look at it now and study it from David's standpoint and what he did in that game, the opportunities he had, opportunities he missed, those are things that have been corrected since that point through post games after that, through spring balls, through fall camps, those type of things. So, you know, all those plays that you saw there are opportunities to learn from. And so, you know, that's what you do as a quarterback especially. You look at those things, you learn from them, you move on, and you try to get better.
This year, when he looks back at the kid a year ago, does he kind of give a lot of these in the meeting? I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, you know, I think every player does that. Right. You know, not just quarterback. I think when you look
we
at
all
yourself,
do that everywhere.
Yeah, even, you know, as a play caller and all that, you look in that game and, you know, there was opportunities that we had that we didn't take advantage of, and that was the entire group, the offensive side of the ball. And so as you look back and you learn from those things, you correct them in your off season, and you try to imprint them in your brain and make sure that you don't make those same mistakes again, and you're prepared for those when they come up.
Oh, he's improved on almost every number you look at, but he's really improved against the blitz. Let's go ahead and take a look at his numbers against the blitz. When facing 5 or more pass rushers on her play, Ash is completing nearly 70% of his passes through 3 games this year, completed just over 50% last season, throwing no touchdowns and 3 picks. Why has he been so much better against the blitz this year?
Well, I think it's like we just talked about, experience. You know, studying those type of situations in the offseason really prepared him for this season, I think. And we still have a long ways to go, but what he's done so far in those type of situations now, about getting the ball out of his hands, playing with a sense of urgency, understanding where his quick throws and those type of things are at, has helped him out, you know, and that's an impressive stat right there when you're trying to bring guys at you, you know, 5 or more guys. And so that's what I think a quarterback wants to do to help establish himself is, if you're going to come after me, I'm going to complete passes on you, so I want to back you off. I don't want you coming after me, but if you do, I'm going to take advantage of it, and that's going to help me down the road.
Well, you guys did take advantage of it against Ole Miss. I mean, you hit a lot of deep balls. You've been looking for the deep game. You got it. Some of those, you could say, were underthrown. The wide receivers made the play, so it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
What did you tell David about the underthrows? Would you rather have that than the overthrow? Is that something you're looking for?
No, you know, I think it still comes back to timing. You know, we're still having a chance to see what the defense is giving us. And, you know, one of the things, those guys, you know, Mike and Marquise, those guys are running really fast on the field right now. They're running great routes. And what I was impressed by was when the ball was underthrown, the receivers, they didn't hesitate to come back and adjust to it. They kind of hung out there and just waited until the ball was coming down and made the adjustment, went up and got it, and made great plays. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you don't always have a chance to get the ball out of your hands right now on time, and the guys have to go make plays for you, and they did. So we want to improve the timing at the quarterback position, but at the same time, we want that same result that the receivers had going up and getting the ball.
I'm sure you've been watching hours and hours of film on Oklahoma State. When you look at the Cowboys' defense, what concerns you?
Yeah, you know, all around, I think their D-line is impressive. Their size, what they can do with their movement, and they present different looks for you too. And so it obviously starts up front, you know, with the O-line and the D-line. If we can handle that in the run game and the pass game, that's going to help us at quarterback and obviously running back. I think their secondary does a great job. You know, when you watch that Arizona game, they had a bunch of plays against them as far as number of plays, and that group didn't seem to get tired at all. They just keep going. And so their corners outside are very good. They can press you, they can play off, they give you different looks outside. And so when you have a secondary that can do those things, a D-line that can get after you, you got to be on point on the offensive side of the ball to make sure that those things aren't going to affect you.
I covered practice on Tuesday, and you guys were piping in the noise. This is going to be, when the Longhorns come to Stillwater, they get loud. Have you guys been working any extra on nonverbal communication, maybe hand signals?
Yeah, all week. You know, we did that for Ole Miss too. We played them we try to provide an environment with noise as best we can. It's not going to be as loud as what it's going to be when we go play.
Well, you had I-35 traffic. That helped.
We did, yeah. You know, the Jake brakes on the trucks and all those things like that coming down there is good. That helps. But we try to go out there in all those situations, away games, and not communicate at all. Just use our nonverbal cadence. And that's what we want, because we got to expect that in those type of situations. The guy's done a great job with it, you know, from the O-line. I think that's the most important part. Those guys have to be comfortable with what we're doing, because they got to get off on time. And I think Dom Espinosa does a great job with his cadence out there and what he's doing, and has really helped us.
All right, I got a tough question for you. Ready?
Yeah.
It's not breaking down defenses, but you're a quarterback guy. You played quarterback. You've coached it. All-time favorite quarterback. Mine's Joe Montana, so I'll start off there. Who's yours?
You know, Joe has always been a big favorite of mine.
Okay.
I was a John Elway fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Any reason?
I just liked, you know, I liked the fact that he could scramble from one side of the field and throw a 70-yard pass back the other way. Because you thought I thought I could do that.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Right.
But I liked watching him do it. He was fun to watch. And my other team was Seattle, David Craig.
Okay.
Yeah, not a real big guy.
He got sacked a lot, but he was gutsy.
Yeah, he was a gutsy guy. Yeah, I think those two guys, to me, just growing up, I enjoyed watching them.
You got to talk to all the old school baseball guys, because Elway played here at Stanford and threw a ball that apparently from right field blew away any pass he ever had in the NFL.
Is that right?
Yeah. Coach, we always appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good luck in Stillwater, all right?
Thank you.